Hey you guys, I'm back. So I've been gone for quite a while. Let me fix the camera. Okay, that's better. But technically, this video it's gonna be mainly me just venting about what's been happening and talking about like my new like skincare routine. Which I posted one like a few videos back, and that one is still a good routine, but I was kind of self teaching myself. I was kind of like learning how to take care of my skin, and it's all been just me. That is more like what I've discovered throughout the years. But just recently, I started following a dermatologist that I actually fell like in love with her personality like years ago. But it was more like, oh, like she's a dermatologist, she gives good advice, but I never really sat down and really like just kind of like devoted 100% of my attention to her recommendations. Although I follow her on Instagram, like I wasn't able to like really be on top of all of her like little stories and stuff that where she kind of gives advice. So now that she has the YouTube channel, it's amazing because she can put all of her knowledge and her advice in like bite-sized videos. Sorry, sometimes like I cannot talk. But she makes tiny videos that are excellent, and they focus on individual things. I was able to kind of like go through all of her videos and learn a lot about skincare. So let me first start by presenting you who she is, this dermatologist that I've been getting all this knowledge from. Because I, I, her name is very hard for me to remember. Still cannot get her name right. So her name is Shereene Idriss. So Dr. Shereene Idriss, board certified dermatologist. So I follow her and she is amazing. She's right here. These are all of her videos. And I'll kind of try to link her somewhere in my, bio, or if not, then I'll put her information up here so you guys can like follow her because I think she is amazing. She can teach everyone a little bit about their own skin, and my current skin routine has been based out of her recommendations for my skin type, which is combination oily, and aging because I'm getting older, so I need to kind of deal with a lot. But I think I look pretty good for my age. I'm 35 and I just look fly. I mean, look at this glow. Look at the shine. Okay, diamonds wish they could shine like this. Like, look at it. No filter, baby. It's all me right here, and skincare, obviously, um, and makeup. You know, what can we do? We love makeup. But yeah, so I'm gonna go over like my new routine. I'm gonna be filming this video throughout days because every single day I do something different for my skin. I kind of mapped everything out. I kind of like realized, okay, I have this type of skin. These are my concerns, and I have to make sure that I rotate a skin routine throughout a week, but never really doing the same thing like twice in a row. I have to kind of like juggle them and kind of like focus on one of my concerns one day and then focus on another concern the second day and maybe a third concern the third day, and kind of like go back to like the initial one and kind of keep going like that. So that was her advice, kind of like don't try to focus on all of your issues in one night. Break it down into a routine. So that's what I've been doing. So today is actually what I would do as my start point of this 3 day routine. So my routine is 3 days. It's my first day, which is today. I do a exfoliator. I do a chemical exfoliator, which is technically like exfoliating my skin by using like like acid, like a an acid-based chemical exfoliator, um, to exfoliate my skin. And then I use retinol. I use a retinol cream, um, which is gonna help with like my fine lines, wrinkles, discoloration. It does a little bit of everything. Retinoids are really, really good, but mainly they focus more on like making sure that your skin just looks more youthful, and it it enhances, like, not enhances, but like it makes like your collagen kind of like not like deplete as quickly. Like it kind of feeds your collagen in a way, so like you are not like wrinkled as fuck. um so that's what retinol does. And then on top of that, because retinoids are so like harsh, I usually put like a vitamin cream on top, to kind of make sure that it doesn't irritate my skin. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And then tomorrow, I'm going to be focusing on color. And by color, I mean making sure that my skin is like more even than not. I love camel, but not on my face. Outfits are cute. Camel print is, we have moments, but it's not on my face. So I'm gonna remove my makeup. I've had a long day today at work, so I'm just gonna remove my makeup. And the way that I've been doing it now is I just kind of use some makeup removal. I've been really, really loving the one size spray. I don't know why, I just really, really like it. Rid of this on my face. Oof. I breathed it in. So the good thing about this is like when you're spraying it, you actually don't feel that you're spraying anything. It's very light, but you really do look like a grease ball after you spray it. But it's amazing. It really does its job. So let me just remove all of the cakey poo. See? It works. So let me do that. Let's see how it works with like waterproof mascara, because I bought waterproof mascara, and although I hate waterproof mascara, it's literally what I need, because right now that I'm wearing masks, I have a very compressed face. Like my face is very like smooshed. All my features are like right here. So my masks literally like sometimes are touching my fucking eyelash, and that shit just doesn't look cute when like you pull it down and there are like black like marks on your mask because your eyelashes were like rubbing on it. And because of that, I have switched to like waterproof mascara. So let me tell you what I've been dealing with. So back in October of last year, of 2020, I started feeling very, very like, not sick, but I started feeling that my body was like going out of whack. And this has been something that I felt that my body was going out of whack prior to that, but October really hit me that there was something wrong. But being raised the way that I've been raised, we just hate going to the doctors. Like, I have a good job that gives me great benefits, great insurance. I have no excuse not to go to the doctor. But it's just, I just don't like going to the doctor. That's just the way that I've been raised, and I just don't like going to the doctor, period. Like, I just don't. Technically I have diabetes, okay? But my diabetes is something that has been progressing for years, they said. Because what ended up happening was like 2 years ago I started noticing that my nails were like literally like decaying, like falling apart, almost like if I had like fungus. But I didn't. It was just that the diabetes was just like not under control, and I had no idea I had diabetes, and I was eating like a fucking crazy person because I love food. So I was eating, technically I was just not taking care of my diabetes because I had no idea that I had it, right? So I was noticing that all these things were being affected. Like I noticed that like my skin was getting really dry, I was getting rashes, like my, fingernails were like decaying, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, do I have a hex on me? Like, do I have to get a cleanse? Do I have to like go to Mexico and like get a professional to be, killing chicas around me and like, like feeding me goat's blood to get rid of this? Like like I just thought that there was just something out there that was like hurting me, like, cause I'm Mexican, and like in my culture, like the bad vibes are very real. And so I was just like really stressed out. And then like in October, I started like losing like bladder control. I was not peeing on myself, although I did pee on myself once. But I was like, I had to go to the bathroom every single hour. Like every single hour, would feel like going to the bathroom. Like I would pee. Like I was peeing like fucking crazy. Like every single hour, I was waking up 5 times, 4 to 5 times a night peeing, and throughout the day, no lie, every hour I had to go to the bathroom. It got to the point where I couldn't go out with my friends. I mean, like hardly go out with my friends, but like I couldn't go out with my friends. I would feel embarrassed when I would hang out with my friends because I would just like be peeing everywhere. So come late October, early November, I got diagnosed with COVID, and I had a quarantine, right? Somehow my COVID made my diabetes go crazy. Crazy, okay? So COVID affects like your lungs, your immune system. So if you have any underlying issue, it's gonna make that issue even worse. So right now I'm using the Peter Thomas Roth um, Amino acid exfoliating peel pads. These are really good. They're very, very potent. I've been using these for a long time, but I was using them like every other day, and now I just use it like twice a week because they're really, really potent. So what this is doing is gonna kind of like exfoliate the layer of my skin that's kind of like dead, to remove it and just kind of like make room for the new glowy shiny skin. And as you guys can tell, like my skin is not that bad at all. Like this is without makeup, and you guys saw me with makeup, and I mean I still look fly as fuck, right? And then you just leave it for like a few minutes. You leave it a few minutes on your face, maybe like, I usually you do like as much as I can. Like it says like 3 to 4 minutes, but I literally leave it for like 10 because I'm crazy. Um, and it tingles. It kind of burns a little bit, but that's fine. Um, so I was quarantining, right? And I was eating because there's nothing really to do when you quarantine but watch TV and eat. So I was eating and quarantining. Mind you, I had no idea that I had diabetes. All of a sudden, I was like throwing up everything that I was eating. Everything I was eating was making me sick. I was peeing like crazy, and my vision started getting blurry. And I'm talking about like Helen Keller. Like I couldn't fucking see a motherfucking thing. Like it was just like, who are you? Like I couldn't see much. It was very blur. It got to the point where I was technically like passing out, and luckily like my sister and her husband were just like, this is not fucking normal, like we don't know if it's COVID, but if it is, like it's like hitting, it's hitting you hard, so we need to take you to the hospital. I was like, I don't want to go to the hospital. They were like, we don't, they technically didn't care. They were just like, you have to go, so we're just gonna take you. So But I was hospitalized for 3 weeks. I went legally blind for almost a month because of diabetes. They treated my COVID first. I did like some sort of like treatment where I had to sign off, and the treatment was like 7 days where like I had to be like on my stomach. There was IVs everywhere. I lost a bunch of weight. They told me that I had diabetes. My diabetes was off the charts when I was administered into the hospital. It was almost at 600, which is unheard of because a normal person usually, a healthy person usually has like a sugar blood level of like a glucose like rating of like 80 to 120, and I was at 600. Like, okay, like just think about that, okay? Um, and then one of the doctors was just like, yeah, you should have been dead or like at least in like a coma. But because of that, I had to like relearn how to eat. I had to relearn how to like, learn how to count portions, learn how to count like calories, learn how to count carbs. Carbs is like a big thing in diabetic diets. So I'll go through that like in another day. But I was dealing with that. On top of that, back in 2019, I had applied to become a citizen because I've always been like a permanent resident, but I was ready to go into the transition of becoming a citizen. I'm gonna put some of this like water. Oh, that was very harsh. So I'm gonna put a little bit of an essence. I'm taking a break from the SK2 because that's really expensive, and I'm using this Shiseido like essence, which is super super good, and it's way more affordable than the SK2. So I use this after I use like the acid. I usually get a little bit of like an essence, and I kind of like put it all over my face, and that helps it to calm down and kind of like simmer down so it doesn't like burn me as much. And this one is amazing, so I highly recommend it. If you cannot break bread for SK2, which most people can, like I can at this point, this will be a great alternative. The other one that's a really good alternative that I just finished is the one from Tatcha. That one's really good too. So I'll leave that a little bit on my face to dry. So technically, I had to cancel my final interview because I couldn't see. Like, I had to call Homeland Security here in San Francisco, and I was just like, I'm in the hospital, I have COVID, I have diabetes, and I'm blind. I cannot see anything. They were, very understanding. They canceled my appointment and they rescheduled. They're like, we're going to go ahead and send you, like, a new appointment. So just kind of keep your eyes open in the mail. And then in January 15th, I was scheduled to get, to do the final interview. So I spent so many hours making flashcards and all this stuff to pass the citizenship test, which I did. And now I'm a citizen, which I love because now I can vote and, just feel more at home. I always felt at home here in America, but now I feel more at home. But nonetheless, I'm still a proud, Mexican man from Mexico. Like, that's where my roots are from. That is where my family's from. But I'm also proud of being an American because I was raised here and I love what America stands for, which is a land where people can be themselves and can be free. Like, I'm not talking about the government side right now. I'm talking about, like, the land of dreams. What people in other countries think about America when they think about America. Like, everyone in other countries think that America is a land of, like, opportunities and dreams. And in all honesty, it really is. You just have to kind of, like, stay positive and keep going and like focus on what you want to do. And let me tell you something. Like, I literally freaked out when I started realizing that I was losing so much weight. everybody was saying like, "Oh, you look so good. You've been losing weight." I'm gonna do the retinol now. The retinol. This one is from Dr. Dennis Gross, but this Dennis Gross one I really really like. I'll put all the other ones that I usually use here that I think are great. But this Dennis Gross one is amazing. So it's expensive, but a little. You just need a little. A little goes a long way. So it'll last you a long time. Um, Same with the pads. These ones are very expensive, but since you're only using them like twice a week, they will last you like forever. So, and then we're just gonna let it sit there. So, key part is within every step, you want to give your face a little bit of a break for that ingredient or whatever you're doing to do its job. Don't just kind of pile things on top of each other. Just kind of give each one its moment so it works better. So now that I have the retinol on my face, I'm just going to leave it there for a little bit before I apply my vitamin cream. So I was just not feeling like myself. Like I've always been a bigger guy. Like I've always had curves. I've always had like a fat ass. I've always had extra meat everywhere. And I've grown to love that about me, right? It took a long, long time for me to feel comfortable being like, a bigger guy. And now I'm in a place where I have to learn to love my new body, which I'm still thick, I'm still a thick queen, but there's a lot of moving parts, if you will. There's a lot of jiggling more than usual because you get like saggy skin. Your body just it's in demolition mode. Like it's like you feel like your body went through a demolition and now you're like starting from the ground up, like fixing your body. So my confidence right now is like this, but I feel that you cannot improve in any aspect of your life if you do not have confidence and hope and love in yourself. You have to like just know that you are that bitch and that you will get through this and that you will just get to the point where you can just be like at 100 again. So that is where I'm keeping my mindset, and through this I just been trying to do my best. Like the one thing that I have to do is I have to start going to the gym to do weights, because weights are the only thing that are gonna help me to like maintain like my curves and like my thickness, because I have to turn any fat that I have in my body into muscle, because if I don't turn that fat into muscle, I'm just gonna lose weight because of the way that I'm eating now. So now what I have to do is I have to make sure that when I'm able to eat like carbohydrates and more fatty foods or more sugary foods that become fat, or that become fat, like I just have to make sure that I turn that fat into muscle so it stays where I want it. I want it on the hips, I want it on the booty, I want it on the tits, I want it, like I just want to be thick, right? That's like my thing. So that is what I have to work on next. So now I'm going to use my vitamin cream. Break. This is my vitamin cream. This is extremely affordable. It's like in the ethnic section at Target. I usually get this like in Mexican stores or like Hispanic stores, but this is a vitamin E cream, which I love. And the reason why I use this is because this is just literally like vitamin E. It's good for your skin. It's like feeding your skin. So usually I use this one when I do my retinol. So it kind of like balances out like everything. So that's what I do, and literally that is pretty much it. Like If I wasn't talking to you guys, it would have been this. I would have taken me the same amount of time because like I said, I give every single step its time, so it kind of has a time for itself to kind of work on my skin like it should. Usually, I do like 5 to 10 minutes, of each step, and I feel that works really well. Like, if you don't have time, obviously you can speed up the process. I think that regardless if you do this fast or slow, eventually you'll get the same result. So like I said, this was night one of my skincare routine, which involved technically targeting aging. And I did that by using a chemical exfoliator. I used my retinol cream, and I used a vitamin cream after that. And an essence in between, because some people, you can use, I guess, water, but I like to use essence now because the essence help to, like, anything that you put on your skin after the essence, it penetrates your skin even faster and better. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for the second day of my skincare routine, and I hope you guys have a good night. Goodbye. Hey you guys, so welcome to day 2 of my skin routine. And I'm also very tired. I'm tired and exhausted. It's been a long day. I've been up since 6:30, and I got the COVID shot today, the second dose. And the second dose makes people feel a little bit more sick. You get a lot more symptoms, and I'm kind of getting that as we speak. So I'm just going to try to do this quick. Luckily today, it's going to be a very quick and fast, like, skincare routine because I'm targeting technically like hyperpigmentation, or just kind of like making sure that my skin is nice and even, because what I got from the dermatologist when I was watching the videos, she said that the one thing that's going to make you look youthful and younger is not using like fillers or getting rid of wrinkles. It's going to be making sure that your skin is like nice and like even. Usually like tone to the skin, evenness to your skin tone regardless of what color you are, is key to look youthful. And so she goes through a lot of different ways of doing that depending on your skin. One of those things that really stood out was hydroquinone. This is like, up there with the best of the best. I got this actually from Walgreens because Different is one of the few brands that actually carries hydroquinone. And luckily this is like available like at Walgreens, Target, I'm pretty sure even at Walmart. But I got mine at Walgreens, that's where I could find it. And what this does is it controls the amount of melanin or color that your skin produces. It doesn't bleach you out. That's different. It doesn't take away melanin. It suppresses, like it kind of like stops your skin from producing too much. If you stop using this, then you go back to how your skin was. Like, it is reversible. It's not permanent. But according to the doctor, it's recommended that after you use like one of the vials or like one of the bottles that you're using, to take a month off of hydroquinone and maybe do something different. And I still have to look into that and see what am I going to do after I'm done with this, because I have to substitute this for something else. I'm still researching and trying to see like if I can find a substitute for this and then go back to it after I take a month off. And the second thing that I use tonight is going to be this product by The Ordinary. It's the azelaic acid suspension 10%, but it also helps with like redness and inflammation. So that's mainly why I use this, because I get red a lot. Like, as you can tell, like in my mask area, like my makeup come off, and there you can see that there's a little bit of red poking through. So this right here, the hydroquinone, takes care of like the skin tone, and this mainly takes care of not only the skin tone but redness and like kind of like the reddish color of the skin. So those are the two things that I use tonight, and that's it. So I'll go ahead and just remove my makeup. So now that my makeup is off, I'm gonna go ahead and like put on my hydroquinone first. And it's like a gel. See, it's very jelly belly type of situation. And I literally just put it everywhere. Put it like under my eyes, on my lids. So the one thing about hydroquinone is that it does make you photosensitive, which is light sensitive, which is the sun. So in the morning you have to make sure that you use SPF. So once this is kind of like dried down, I get the acylic acid. And I kind of start at my forehead because this does dry pretty quick. So I'll go ahead and do my forehead. I'll put my first drop in my forehead. I'll massage it in. And I usually do like my scalp as well, as you guys probably have seen. I also like put product on my scalp because I'm bald. So like it's always good to think of like your skin that's on top of your head, because that's what gets probably the most sun exposure if you're bald like me. And so I kind of do sections with this one because like I said, like I say like a lot, by the way. I'm trying to work on that. But you probably want to do this in sections because it dries pretty quick. It does have a very like a silicone-y like vibe to it. Like once it dries down, like your skin feels extremely like smooth. It feels smooth. It feels like almost like if you put wax on your face and it's just like really smooth. But because of that, it dries really really quick. So you do almost have to go back into a few layers of it, just to make sure that you get all of your face and you're not skipping like corners or anything. So once I'm done with that and I feel that I've pretty much been able to cover my whole face, then I'm done. And with that said, I'm done for tonight. I'm gonna go to bed. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the last and final third step of my skin routine, which is a little bit more fun, at least for me. So yeah, have a good night, have a good day tomorrow, and I'll catch you at night. Goodbye. Hey you guys, welcome to the third day of my skincare routine. So today it's a little bit different. I'm right now in the thick of the symptoms of the COVID shot. I've been sleeping most of the day. I have like a pounding headache. Like literally it feels like my head is full of water and my brain is just being shaken. Like it literally feels like my brain is just being bruised. Like it hurts. And I have a little bit of a sore throat, as you guys can probably tell. I had a little bit of fever in the morning, and my body aches, like my muscles all over my arm where I got the shot hurt, and a little bit of shivers here and there. Hopefully I'll be able to sleep it off the rest of the night and I'll feel better tomorrow, but I still am very happy that I got this shot, because this is nothing compared to how it feels when you actually get like the full-blown virus. That's horrible. But anyways, let's get into our third and final day of my skincare routine. And today's kind of fun. The third day I usually do a lot of stuff that involves like face mask and hydration. So anything that's gonna introduce hydration into my face. I do this on the third night because usually the first night is dedicated to wrinkles, and retinol is extremely irritating to your skin. The second night, I'm using two acids, which is the hydroquinone and the acylic acid. Those also can be very irritating to the skin. So on my third night, I do something that is more like um, hydrating, something that's gonna hydrate my skin and kind of help my skin to feel like nice and pampered. So I'm gonna be using this face mask from Glow Recipe, and this face mask is really really good. I've tried it before. It's amazing. It's a hydrating face mask. There's a lot of them out there that are good. I think that you cannot go wrong with a face mask. So I've never tried one that I haven't liked. Even from the dollar store, they have really good ones. If your dollar store carries them, I would suggest for you to grab some. Um, then after that, I'm gonna go ahead and use these little guys right here from Eve and Loam. Eve Loam. EVE space LOM. Eve Loom. I hope that's the way that you pronounce it. And these are individualized capsules. Oops. They're individualized capsules. I think you can see them in there. And those are my dogs barking like crazy. I have a full house of family today. Like, my sister came over, her kids came over, like, my nieces and nephews are having a good old time, just running around and, being children. Um, Meanwhile, I'm just trying to deal with this COVID headache. But like I always say, if you have time to complain about life for at least 5 minutes, you have at least 5 minutes to take care of your skin. So this is what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm gonna be using these. They're great. This is really expensive. I bought this a while ago as a treat for myself, and I really, really do like them. But I don't think I'm gonna be buying them again. Rock, ROC, Rock, I believe that's how the actual name, came out with a very similar product. So what I'm gonna do is once I'm done with these, I'm gonna try those and see how they work. But if I cannot find anything that makes my skin feel as good and hydrated and like plump as these little guys, then I'm gonna have to buy them again. And then I just use them once or twice a week. So all of these will last me for a long time, almost a year probably. So if I think about it, if this bottle will last me a year, then I guess it's not that expensive. And my third thing that I'm going to use is this hydrating lotion. It's actually a cream. You can use it day or night, but I usually use it at night because it's very thick and very like heavy. It's amazing though. It's called Waleta. I use this on my face, on my feet, on my armpits, on my privates. You can use this cream anywhere that you feel you need that extra like moisture and lubrication. And it gives you like the nicest glow. I did get these little guys in the mail, so I'm gonna try them out. I love using the spray, but I really wanted to try the wipes as well. So I'm gonna try it and see if I like them just like the spray. Ooh. So although I don't have any makeup on, I do enjoy wiping my face and cleansing it before I put anything on. Because even if you're at home, your pores and your skin absorb everything that's around you. Like if you have pets, or if there's just like dust in the air, like your skin just absorbs everything. It's like a sponge. So it's always nice to just cleanse your face and just wipe the day off, even if you're not wearing makeup. And I actually really like this. It's not irritating at all. It just feels really wet. Okay, mask time. So after I remove the mask, I literally rub all the extra serum into my face, my scalp, my neck. All right, so that was day 3 of my skincare routines, my third and final day of my skincare routine. Tomorrow, I'm going to start again with my first day routine, then move on to my second, the third, and so on and so forth. So you keep rotating your routines as scheduled. And the good thing about having a 3-day routine is that every other week, one of those routines will have like a third day within the rotation because it's 3 days of routine, but there's 7 days in a week. And also, just in case you skip a day because you're just not feeling good or you just decide to give yourself a break, you still have that extra day where you can just have it off and then start again or catch up with your routine on the following day. But, anyways, I'm going to go to bed. Have a really good night. I'll see you on the next video, which hopefully I'll upload soon. I'm already working on it, so it should be up hopefully within a week or less. Okay, so see you next time. Goodbye.